Hey guys, what is up? My name is Felix Wynn, and welcome back to the Daily Duelist, your daily source for all of your Yu-Gi-Oh needs. So of course, moments ago, the new July 2022 OCG ban list was revealed, with 20 changes in total. 3 bans, 3 limits, 3 semi-limits, and 11 unlimits. So, starting off with the banned section of the ban list, 3 cards are banned, 2 of them directly to hit the best deck in the OCG, or at least what was the best deck in the OCG until the Earth Legendary Duelist set was released, being Splight. Those 2 cards that were banned being Totally Awesome and HALQ Fibrax. The final card being a card that's honestly escaped the ban list for way too long in the OCG, being Vanity's Emptiness. Toad and HALQ unfortunately were necessary. It was necessary to hit Splight. They needed to hit them, and both those cards were being abused in Splight. Totally Awesome, as they could summon it, use its effect, and then just summon it back using their Link 2, being Splight Elf. And HALQ Fibrax being a necessary ban, as it would allow them to either extend their combo by summoning a card like Plague Spreader Zombie, or summon a hand trap, which they just add back to their hand. It was insane, and honestly a very deserved ban, and I wouldn't be surprised if that is replicated in the TCG when Splites come over. The final card that was banned, of course, as I mentioned, is Vanity's Emptiness, which was a card that needed to be banned for very long in the OCG. It's survived countless ban lists, so I am not surprised at all to see it hit here. So, moving on to limits, we had 3 limits in total, being Ava, Branded Opening, and Spellbook of Judgment. Ava's a hit I don't like at all. I think it's really stupid. 1 Ava, 2 Ava, 3 Ava, doesn't really make a difference. You're still going to get 2 additional Herald of Ultimates as negates out of it. Yes, you're going from 5 negates to 3 pitch Ava. Ava search 2 more fairies, rather than Ava searching 2 fairies on your turn, then pitching an Ava from your hand and getting searching 2 more fairies, having 5 negates. Again, it doesn't really make a difference. If you're negating 3 cards to ultimateness, you're still winning. So it doesn't really make a difference at all. In regards to the Branded Opening hit, though, I like that a lot more. It's a really powerful card, giving Branded Despia decks a lot of extension. Being able to activate Branded Opening during the draw phase is also really powerful, because Joel Lockbird cannot be activated during the draw phase. So that just allows you to ignore Joel Lockbird with your Alibi search, meaning that the only time Joel will ever be live is after, for example, a Despian Tragedy search, maybe after an Allure. But again, that's just kind of the power of Branded Opening. So I really like it getting limited. Also, it means you're getting less protection and less ability to just summon from your deck, again, which is really nice. The final limit was Spellbook of Judgment coming back to 1. Again, I love that. I think that's a card which can come back in the TCG and it'll make no difference. Yes, you can summon Jowgin, but that doesn't really do much nowadays. We have cards like Droplet, Chalice. You can just say, oh, I'm telling you guys to just draw the out, but there are so many outs to Jowgin nowadays that it's absurd. As well, you can just attack over it, and Spellbook cards, compared to, again, in modern standards, they don't really do much. Spellbook of Power boosting by 1,000 doesn't really mean anything. Spellbook of Secret searching more Spellbook cards, again, doesn't really do much. That's kind of all that Spellbooks do. The only powerful card is Spellbook of Fate, and if you have 1 negate anyways, you're already winning. So again, doesn't really mean much, unfortunately, for Spellbooks. But I think that's why Judgment can come back to 1. That's at least my justification for it coming back to 1. I always liked Spellbooks. I loved using them in Duel Links. So just being able to use almost full power Spellbooks IRL again would be really cool. So moving on to semi-limits, we continue this trend of 3s with 3 semi-limited cards, being Gen X Ally Birdman, Fluent Reason the Wonderful Map, and Branded Fusion. Again, my TCG mind is saying, these are awful hits. Why couldn't Gen X Ally Birdman come back straight to 3? Why couldn't you just put the map and Branded Fusion to 1? But hey, it's the OCG. It's the decisions they like to make. In regards to Gen X Ally Birdman, I mind that less. Again, cool. There may be an issue that I'm not aware of with it being a 3. So putting it to 2 and then to 3 is completely fine, being honest. But map and Fusion, just put them to 1. Both of them really powerful cards. Them being at 2 or 3, again, doesn't really make a difference. A slight consistency hit they get from it being at 2 won't really make a difference, so whatever. But again, it's the OCG's decisions. They always do this. They like the semi-limited list. They love it, in fact. So, hey, I'm not surprised by that. But I think most other players who dabble a bit in the OCG or are OCG players would have preferred it being put straight to 1. So, moving on to the unlimited section, we move away from the trend of 3s with 11, and I repeat, 11 cards being put back to 3, being Orcust Harpour, Harmonizing Magician, Night Assailant, Thunder Dragon Roar, Lone Fire Blossom, Trishula Dragon of the Ice Barrier, Wind of Carriers and Mighty, Beginning of the End, Raigeki, Divine Wind of Mist Valley, and Sword Soul Emergence. That is, I repeat, 11 cards, which all won't really make a difference. Harpour might be the most impactful one being brought back to 3. It is a really powerful card, but with Gearsu at 1, I don't think it'll really be a big deal in the OCG, so again, it'll be fine. Another one I could see being a big deal is Sword Soul Emergence. You're giving Sword Soul their consistency back. You put it to 2, but now you're bringing it back to 3, but I think with pretty much full power tier elements still existing in the format, considering that deck was not hit, probably won't make a big deal. Raigeki is a card which was brought back to 3 in TCG. Isn't really doing much, but it's still a really cool card. So I think it'll be fun to see how it'll be used in the OCG. Maybe it'll be used a lot more than it was used in TCG. We'll see. But in terms of the rest of the unlimits, none of them really catch my eyes. Being massively impactful, Harmonized Magician is cool. Yes, they have Electromite, but it probably wouldn't be a big deal. Night Assailant got Mirada, Trishula, who cares, if I'm being honest. Divine Wind, Mist Valley. You brought back Genex Halibur back to 2, so maybe there's something there, but I don't think so. Beginning of the End, again, Dangers doesn't really exist, and Mighty, no Hunter. Thunder Dragon Roar. Thunder Dragon's been kind of dead for a while, it feels like, so I overall, I think the unlimits won't really matter, but I think it's cool to see cards come back to 3. I'm always a guy who loves seeing cards come off the ban list, so I'm very much in favor of all of these unlimits. So, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, please consider clicking that subscribe button, the bell right next to it, and then the like button. I would very much appreciate it. It would mean a big deal to me, so I would very, very much be grateful if you did. I hope to catch you guys again soon with more Yu-Gi-Oh! News as soon as it drops. See you soon.